tanks, which I think is the bigger concern right now. So the siege tanks will kill the banelings first, and then the marines will slaughter the mutalisks, so the mutalisks will not be able to get the siege tanks and banelings the marines. So a slight advantage to the Terran player in that regard. I suspect by now he is indeed catching up, only a 10 worker differential, 56 over 46 for Machine at this point in time. Another changeling probably going to get slaughtered as he tries to pretend to be a marine. See if HasHe catches that one. He does. So playing off 3 bases right now, a nice little creep highway in the works, and I think we're finally going to get a confrontation. I heard a scan there. There it is on the expansion. Probably caught those units moving out. Lots of banelings hiding behind this brush, and armies are relatively equal, so when this engagement happens, it will probably be a very deciding engagement. Whoever comes out on top probably going to have the upper hand in this match. There's a slight onus on HasHe to make things happen, only playing off 2 bases while his opponent on 3. That being said, Zerg do have a fair deal of problems with Terran at this point in time. They're really having a hard time dealing, especially with siege tanks. So there is a bit of an onus on him to get to tier 3 and pick up Ultralisks, or to just damage his opponent while maintaining large army. But here comes that engagement. Lots of overlords going down the mutalisks. It seemed like they were caught off guard there because all those marines just slaughtered them. And lots of back and forth micro from the Zerg player trying to attack. But unfortunately, very, very nice depth on these siege tanks here. 5 in a long vertical stretch like that. I'll drop this tab real quick. So that'll be very, very hard for banelings to approach. Each siege tank will fire in sequence, and the marines are actually hiding behind, so it'll be hard for the banelings to actually get at those marines, and hard for the mutalisks to engage because the marines are so close behind. So it looks like Machine is just content to sit back, but the siege tanks are slowly encroaching, more and more being produced constantly. You see tons of tech structures, lots of barracks being produced. I don't want to... There's a siege tank firing. The AI makes them attack, and one siege tank is down, second one is down. All these marines are exposed. Are there enough banelings to close the distance? It looks like there are just not quite enough. The marines have escaped, and there aren't enough mutalisks to clean up, so a decisive win there for HasHe, and he does have the larger army at this point in time. And but a 20 supply lead, so he is pressing his advantage, moving in. Only a few, tons of banelings being morphed in, but they're going to be caught before they can finish. These marines and siege tanks will find them. A couple, the roaches are not firing because I can hear point defense drones firing away at those, and more overlords going down. And the banelings do engage. They morph just in time, able to kill several marines. But this second batch, only a couple marines there. The siege tank took the brunt of that. And it looks like HasHe going to be advancing on the Zerg expansion. Just not enough Zerg forces to retaliate. See, he's just completely drained, and he's throwing away Zerglings piecemeal a couple at a time. And HasHe does have that foothold. He is definitely out-expanded right now. He has a smaller income. Actually, I take that back. He has a slightly larger income. Fewer bases, but more workers at this point in time. And steady stream of reinforcements streaming across the map. Lots of siege tanks and marines. Looks like one marauder in there. Misclick for all I know. No, he is definitely producing marauders. And looks like it's 2 3-tech lab barracks and 3 marine reactor barracks. And one upgrade on the way. See, he is advancing on this cliff edge to fire at the first expansion, just transferring some drones there to go to his third expo, rather his second expo, third base. But this base of Machine's definitely going to be under fire, and I don't think he really has what he needs to repel. He does have those infestors, but he can't use the burrow move because of these ravens, and he really just does not have the units to advance. It's such a hard position for all Zerg players in this stage of the game. They just don't have the tier 3 units to push Broodlords or Ultralisks, and they're forced to use Zerglings to try and close that distance. But just the raw power of those siege tanks allowing HasHe to advance in on this expansion. The Machine is going to lose this expansion, I suspect, very soon. Here comes another attack. The Zerglings are pressing in. They are able to get one siege tank, but again, great depth from the tanks, spread out. A fungal growth going down, but just not enough banelings to hit them while they're immobilized. And looks like Machine, once again, is completely out of an army. Yes, he has absolutely no forces. 75 supply under from his opponent. I don't really see how he can come back. He is expanding down here, but losing the secondary expansion, his main is completely exposed. I don't know how he's going to defend this. Just like I said, just does not have any military units, and these siege tanks continuing just to leapfrog their way up the map in a steady stream, just literally like ants crawling across the screen non-stop. Reinforcements moving out. And looks like this force is going to pause temporarily, but there's really nothing between them and all these tech buildings. A few banelings coming out, so maybe a few marines will die, but he needs to kill those siege tanks. That is the problem right now. He's got nothing to do it. So these evolution chambers are going to be destroyed mid-research, and all of his tech buildings are going to go down. An incursion here is fought back by some banelings. Does have a Hydra Den and a Spire going up in this which I imagine will be his new main very shortly. Not a very organized attack right now, just a few Marines not really being controlled, I suspect. He's probably busy elsewhere. This expansion is floating out. He is, looks like HasHe's mined out of his main, and sooner or later this expansion will. He's way oversaturated on SCVs, so really needs that third expo. A bunch of Mutalisks now moving out across the field. They're going to catch some rather siege tanks, completely unguarded. All the Marines are up here trashing the main, the hive, probably the next target. These Mutalisks probably going to have free reign on all these Marauders and all these siege tanks. They are indeed, so HasHe going to lose several forces, so maybe Machine can get back in this game. Finishes off the last of the Marines, so he has completely free reign on those Marauders and siege tanks. These are all going to go down. Unfortunately, he is going to lose this hive. Really nothing he can do to save it at this juncture. Desperately producing Zerglings for really no reason, but these Marauders, siege tank, and Marines are going to finish it off. Meanwhile, these Mutalisks, no new Marines have come in, so it looks like they're going to finish taking off all these reinforcements. Only a couple of Marauders left, but some more Marines coming in and a turret, so I think the Mutalisks are going to be turned back. They are heading for this command center, so if they take this down, only mining off of one base. HasHe's economy will probably stall very soon. If Machine can just hold on for a few more minutes and get some defenses up and running, he actually might have a shot at getting back into this game. Unfortunately, there is a over 100 supply differential, so it's going to be a heck of a feat. All these Marines easily forcing the Mutalisks back, so they are in retreat, and the rest of this attacking force coming back to defend. HasHe really needs to secure that expansion, so I guess he's just going to sit tight until he reorganizes his army. That was a pretty gallant push, but very hard to keep everything organized. Mutalisks are going to snipe a couple more units here that aren't being managed, but really those are just a few pebbles in an entire beach. Not enough kills whatsoever to keep himself in this game. Does get a Raven, but again, just not enough. So this base stuck on a hatchery. He must have a lair somewhere. I guess not, so no more lair tech going to be coming down, just producing a baneling nest. So he is trying to get his tech back operating again. Only has 30 workers to his opponent's 85. Of course, 85 doesn't matter when every single one is mining only, it looks like 6 crystals, so minerals rather, so only 6 minerals. And it looks like HasHe has found this other expansion at the gold. He's going to quickly make short work of this, and the Mutalisks throwing themselves away. This must be the last hurrah from Machine. There it is, good game from Machine, and he has been eliminated by HasHe. So clearly 2 players I should have known about, because both of them very, very strong. And definitely be keeping your eye out for HasHe. He's one of the strongest players we have seen to date, but then again, he's one of the only players who's had someone strong to fight in the first place. So a great match. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you did too. Be sure to follow this tournament's progress. We're starting the round of 64 already, so casts will be coming out soon. So check that out on teamliquid.net, and keep tuning in on IC Cup TV for more and more of these matches. And until next time, have a good one.